Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody doing? I'm just feeling like playing some Monster Train. And, you know, I got some free time. I've been off this week, so I've got a bunch of time to, just relax and do this. And so that's what I'm doing. Hopefully it'll be fun. Who knows? Sorry, I'm gonna be not 100% this whole time, but why not? You know? Why not just relax? My plan is to go through these dimensional portals. They seem like they're pretty interesting challenges. I believe I have one that I was already doing, or did I finish that? Yeah, I did the move up one. Descend friendly. Get a load of in this. Oh, how you doing, Onyx? You doing good? I've got no idea if whether this stream will ever go onto YouTube. I've got no idea if how long it'll be. I'll have to, as I said in the thing, have to randomly go in case to pick up deliveries at some point. I just realized that I was sitting there kind of bored, and I was like, why would you sit there just casually being bored when you could be being bored on stream? You know? I'm kidding. Was that one of the things? Oh, it is. Yeah. I have to say it's better than the first because it's... Well, for one thing, it's got all the previous clans in it. So, it at worst is effectively the same game again. But yeah, I find it quite good. I found myself playing a lot of it. You know what, let me turn this down slightly. I will say this. Notable than improved or harm the experience. It's definitely an improvement. Definitely an improvement. And the reason I say that is because the newer clans, there's more stuff to them, they're more interesting, there is actually a story. Whereas before there was technically a story, but you'd be hard-pressed to ask, if you asked a load of people, what the actual story was or notable characters in it. So that's a notable improvement. In addition to that, you've got... Hold on a second, I'm just double-checking what I need to do here. In addition to that, you've got, as I said, new clans, a bunch more unlockables in the form of changes to the pyre heart, so you can get new pyres that do notable different things. So yeah, in conclusion, I do think it's better. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that is in it that I don't particularly like and I would not recommend. But I don't think there is. Do I want more Under Legion? Probably. They added the room mechanic and the equipment mechanic, which... There is an argument to say the equipment mechanic is not that interesting, but the room mechanic is interesting. So you can just have each of the different floors can have a room on it, like a field effect that, you know, gives a passive bonus to everybody on that floor. The reason I say that the equipment mechanic is not that interesting is because effectively it's just an enchantment that you can sort of switch out. They do a decent amount of stuff with it, I guess you could say. But I'm not 100% on that mechanic being notably interesting. But yeah, the game is definitely an improvement. I'd be hard-pressed to come up with a notable reason why you wouldn't think that. These abilities that I believe... I never played the DLCs, so I could be wrong, but I believe they are new. Are just notably good. No, what the thing is with Darkest Dungeon is what they tried to do. And I can understand why they did this. Is that they tried to make a completely different experience. Yeah, I'd be down for some Darktide. I'm not particularly good at it, and I do feel a bit bad because I feel like I'm holding you back. In what way are they adding a new campaign mode? I know that they've redone the tutorial, but I didn't expect that to be anything notably, anything more than that, really. Oh, Darkest Dungeon 2. I'll be honest, I assumed that game already had a tutorial, had a campaign of some kind. Yeah, I assumed there was like a meta story that happened in the background that that was like done in a roguelike format. You know, kind of like how... I'm trying to think of an example. They kind of do it in this, where there's a story going on in the background and you slowly unlock it while doing roguelike stuff. The Kingdoms one is interesting because that looks like, at least to in my head, as a... From what I briefly saw, it kind of looked like you had settlements and stuff. Like it wasn't just a basic sort of campaign. There was like settlements to it and stuff. But I didn't really look into it too much because I've never been into playing Darkest Dungeon. And with all the stuff that came out with Darkest Dungeon 2, with people not particularly liking it, I just didn't really look into Darkest Dungeon anymore. It is a real shame about that whole thing, because I can understand that them wanting to make something unique and interesting. But it's obviously just not worked. I don't know why it's not worked. There's got to be a part of them that was like, oh, we're making something so fundamentally different from the previous game. Like, surely there's some sort of vetting process to the whole thing. I was just so surprised that, for example, I don't even think the mainline, the base sort of like classes, the two that you were sort of in my head associate with Darkest Dungeon, which is the knight guy and the bandit. Though both of those guys, I don't believe were actually playable at the start. Which to me is oh, Highwayman was, but what about the Crusader came later? But to me, in my head, those two are the centerpieces. Those two are the ones that people know the game from. And I just to not to even conclude, to even like keep them in there, and even little things to me, little things that get to me are like, the first game literally had a team of completing Final Fight, but specifically, yeah, exactly. But because they were. I recognize the Reynold. I didn't recognize the other name. That they were like the centerpieces. And to me, it's little things like, why didn't you have all the characters at the start? I don't mind if you don't keep the DLC characters in it. Don't keep the Flagellant in it. Don't keep... I'm pretty sure the Houndmaster might have come later. But keep the base groups. Which one's Menace again? Which one's, I don't remember names very well. Made by the Battle Brothers guy. Is that the sci-fi sort of... I don't want to say apocalyptic, but kind of apocalyptic thing? Yeah. I mean, if you make something turn-based, I'm like a lot more likely to play it, I'll tell you that much. So I don't know if I will play it on launch, but if it's turn-based... God, there's so many things coming out over, like, the summertime. It's insane. This year, I feel like has been, like, surprisingly good for gaming. In my opinion. Yeah, my Q3 this year is insane. Yeah, well, the problem I've got is that because there's going to be so many games coming out, I wonder if I'm even going to get to the point where I can play them. Give me a second. Boop, boop. Ah, yeah, I remember vaguely. Like, to me, I normally stick to a game for a fair amount of time, and I'm on that game for a long period. Well, that was a mistake. So to have this situation where there's so many games coming out, I don't know how I'm gonna play all of them. I mean, for goodness sake, I started playing Baldur's Gate, and it took me like upwards of a year to actually get through the thing. Like, I can't imagine how it's gonna be for the other games. Let's see, they take hit, that's fine. God, I was thinking about this today. I'm like, God, I wish I had the ability to draw. You know, just because I think about it and I'm like, I tried it. I tried doing some pixel art just to like, and I was like, oh, I'll just do some pixel art and like try it out, and it just, I'm horrendous at it. It does not come through. Yeah, I know nothing's stopping me, but I just don't have the motivation for it. I just wish I knew how to draw like that. You know, like instant. And I understand that, like, that's not how it works and you're supposed to slowly learn it. But I just wish I knew it instantly. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do all the effort for it because, look, I understand that I could. Look, realistically, I understand that I could, if I put my mind to it, effectively learn anything, right? That's just how the world works. Effectively, if I wanted to, I can learn literally anything with time. I don't think it'll ever happen. But I just wish I had the skill, because there's so many bits where I'm like, oh, I have this idea for a really cool character in a game or something, or I've got this cool TTRPG idea for a character, and then I sort of just have to change it. Yeah, near enough. And then I just have to sort of change the idea for my character to slightly fit with the. What do I have on this person? Oh, it's that thing. To fit with the any sort of art I can find. God, I'm gonna do horribly here. Let's move you to here. I know it's only visual, and that is something that I've started to learn with recent ideas, where I've just taken like the head, because the head works for it, but the rest of it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's sort of what I've learned recently, but it still doesn't change the fact that there's been many times where I've had ideas for characters, especially when it's like creatures where that don't have a lot of art for them, like oddly specific plant-based creatures and stuff. True. We're not exactly got the greatest track record when it comes to length of a campaign. I've got to wonder what our like longest campaign is. I'd be interested to find out about that. What our actual longest campaign actually is. It probably was yours. I mean, it went on. We were doing it for a long time, but I think there was a fair amount of breaks with it. That's the thing. Like, I know in terms of length, it's probably the longest. Like, how long we were playing it. But I'm not sure if it was the longest in terms of episodes, in terms of time we actually played it. It probably does. It probably does. Well, let's just quick check to see if I die to this. Nah, I'm fine. Cool. Just it probably, yeah. That one's probably the second longest. It's one of those two, yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting to have a look. It's some of that stuff is hard to go back and have a look at because stuff has been deleted or, you know, I don't know, stuff has happened with it. I could move this. Oh god. Oh my, oh yeah. Yeah, the art, it's a shame about the art. I wanted to go back and figure out what the art looked like for the mace that specifically that one of my characters, Jim, had. And I don't know if it's still there, but it could be gone because of the art disappearing. Did we not? Because I thought you had a magic item description thing for it. But maybe that was just for other stuff. Because I have an idea in my head of what it was. That was actually why I just randomly tried to do a bit of drawing, was because I was trying to draw in my head what the mace looked like in my head. I guess that made sense. All it did was turn it into sunlight. But yeah, it didn't work out very well. Do what for your next game? Cute little magic item cards. Oh yeah, I mean you sort of did that. You sort of already have done that. A fair amount of yours has magic item cards. God, I hope this music isn't copyrighted, because I really quite like it. It's really working as just background music for me. I mean, that's a lot of work. That is a hell of a lot of work. If you want to try doing that, go ahead, but in my head, I would never put that on somebody. Because it is a lot of work. And besides, like, I'll be interested to see when we next do a game that goes properly long. We're probably gonna go pretty long with the one we're streaming at the moment. Reading my remake of the... I'll be honest, it's my least favourite of the iterations of Iron Battalion you've done before. It definitely is my least favourite. Not to say that I hated it, but I just definitely didn't love it as much as some of the others. Is it worth me spawning 3 times, or is it... This is propagating 2 is technically better than spawning 1. I know, it's... You want it to be finicky, but, like, in my head, that is a... For me, at the very least, that's only a debuff. That's only a bad thing. Like what I really liked about the sort of your sort of campaign, well, your sort of system, was the ability to just go like, oh, there's this mech here. I'm going to build a whole thing around what this mech specifically is good at. And then that will be the mech I try out this time. And I literally was going through them doing that. I made a really fast mech that hits for a load of damage. I made a blimmin' sniper. I made a Stalwart because Stalwart's the best. It's a bit unfair that they put me up against this guy whose whole shtick is he does damage to you if you got nothing on that floor, but all your stuff gets pushed down to the bottom floor. I mean, there's ways around it. Got anything planned? I mean, I don't have anything planned. I don't think we've got anything planned as a group. Because it's not one of our days where we do TTRPGs. Well, it technically is. Technically, if we want to keep to the regular schedule, we should do the Sunday one today, this week as well. Because it should have been done 2 weeks ago, but we had to move it a week ahead, kind of thing. Yeah, you know what I mean. Do I pick this? Because nah, it doesn't. Yeah. But no, I don't think we've got anything on this weekend. I'm going out Friday, but that's just with a meal with family, and that's unrelated. You know, this would be a fine challenge if it wasn't for this. I don't like that. I know why they've put it on, but I don't like it as a concept. Both of these are incredible. Yeah, I know. You keep bringing that up. I will say, it kind of feels like you should probably just wait. Seeing how close it is to having the what's it called? The actual full thing out. It feels like you probably should just wait for that. Instead of just using the beta rules. But I'm fine either way, frankly. Yeah, but like, I never expected us immediately to go into a campaign, right? My initial impression of the whole thing was that we were going to try out a one shot even with the full rules before even, considering a campaign. Because at the end of the day, we could just hate it. It's an entirely possible thing that we could just straight up hate it. I mean, I think realistically it would be us hating it, not you, because you love the lore in general. Well, it might just not be for us. As much as I would never really try and speak ill of Critical Role, I don't think Daggerheart would work for our group. You know? It's a very similar thing in my books. I've only heard good things about it. I've only heard good things. But I don't think it's ever gonna be for us, because I think it's a very heavily one of those ones where you rules light, narrative heavy. But I don't think that's the right thing for us. I think we most of the time want to have some sort of rules to it. I think we work better in a rules what's the word? Rules heavy kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to take your word for it for now. I've got no clue until we try it out, until the full rules are out. Yeah, it's the thing is with those Blades in the Dark stuff, I just straight up don't think that would work for us. The Blades in the Dark. But if they've only taken parts of it and overall they're overall they're sort of just having a mix of both, then yeah, I think that was great. Take from what like the best are doing. I think that's a pretty obvious thing to be doing, frankly. Character progression can be a problem. It's one of the things that we as a group, I think, quite like having is a notable like progression in terms of like getting stronger, with it being maybe not incredibly fast, but being fast enough that you always feel like you feel like you're gaining something constantly. What I've seen, I felt like leveling would either be slow or you'd get through a talent tree a bit too quickly. Interesting. I really want to try out the oh, what's it called? It's in my head. I've got it. It's gonna come to me. The blimmin' Final Fantasy one when it eventually comes out. Oh, also that, yes, because I'm assuming that's well, it's either out or it isn't out yet. I forget. But there's the Final Fantasy 14 one where that is looks quite cool. I'm not 100% sure if it's out yet. But it's definitely one I want to give a try at some point. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. It's just that I'm kind of interested to see how they go about making the classes what they are. Like, I'm sure that popular Japanese JRPG one's interesting, but I imagine they got a bit more of a generic sort of like class thing going with it. Whereas this one will be a lot more specific. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Spawn. And I'm always up for finding one that's, I'm always up for finding a Final Fantasy, well, any sort of fantasy sort of one and just giving it a shot. Because I love fantasy. It is always and will always be my jam. I'll maybe dabble in sci-fi occasionally, but it will never defeat my true love, which is fantasy. Specifically more higher sort of like higher magic sort of higher magic sort of fantasy. Sorry, I had to collect myself there. Yeah, let's get rid of that. That was getting a bit in my head. I'm not sure it is, but I mean, fair enough. I thought it was it was on the lower side, but sure. None of these really work with dualism. I guess this doesn't matter in the general scheme of things. So I could put this on anyone. I'll put it on you. That's not going to get in my head at all. I could put it on you. That's kind of cool, actually. I've forgotten how good that is. But yeah, I've been, today I was feeling sort of like a bit out of it in the sense of like I didn't know what to do. And I was just like, well, if I don't know what to do, why not just stream the game that I'm currently into, which is this. I think it's turning out okay. I'm having a lot of fun. Jesus, I don't know if I like this song. No, my boy, that's not the point. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm having a good time chilling. We can move this guy to the front, I guess, if he's... We'll put them here just in case. Yeah, fair enough. That is fair enough. It's definitely, I don't really, think about it too much to, know its general, scale in terms of magic. It's weird, because, like, on one hand, I'm like, I like high fantasy stuff. But on the other hand, I'm like, but I don't want magic to be able to do everything. Even on the low end, you got magical power armor, swords that can go through anything. Since they are like, pretty weird jump attack level. Interesting. Interesting. But in the same vein, it's not. It's one of those ones where I'm assuming you can't just like cast fireball and stuff. Like that's not a normal thing you can do. Oh right, this is the. Yeah. I think that limitedness makes you think it's not really high fantasy. Because in my head, I'm like, it's not high fantasy. But I think it's because it is high fantasy, but the high fantasy aspect of it, um, the high fantasy aspect of it is limited but powerful kind of thing. But I'm saying this, I haven't actually, you know, read of it at all at the moment. It's all secondhand stuff I've gotten from you. This is a much better run than I done before. I don't have a room that I can put down, so this might be decent. That's cool. They can just heal blimmin' non-fatal injuries. What are we doing here? Spells, probably. Just to get the health. Early on, I still take damage, which is a bit of a worrying thing, but kind of needed. So weird. I've got nothing that uses spell power. Let's get rid of the final trained steward. Do I want to upgrade a spell with? No, because there's nothing that I need to be. Ooh, a crossbow. Oh, this is a better room. I kind of wish I hadn't taken that other room now, because that's a significantly better room. God, I love these boys in this game. It's great. You can move here. We'll put... I don't really want to put that on you. We'll do this. Then we'll have you here and you here. I'll put this on you. It's annoying that the first turn it doesn't actually spawn the guy. We'll summon you. We'll summon you to put at the front. We'll... Nobody has anything to propagate at the moment. That's annoying. Okay, now I have something that can propagate. It's a shame that person stays alive, though. I don't know if I particularly had a impression of it, really. If I'm being brutally honest, I sort of... I came away with it neutral. I think in hindsight, I chose the wrong thing to start off as. I thought it would give me the most chance to like try out all the interesting stuff. But in actuality, I think what I should have done was gone a bit more specialized in what I did. So realistically, I don't think there was anything I hated or loved about it. What do I do here? I'm getting rid of that, obviously. We do this. We do this. Yeah, I know I keep bringing this up, and it's weird to say based on literally what we're doing in Baron Zar's on Baron Zar's channel at the moment, but I really do want to play something that is sci-fi, that isn't like so specific to a setting. I think is one of the things I really want to do at some point. I just want to be like a group with a ship, like a group with their own spaceship that goes from planet to planet, doing like missions and stuff. You know, the generic sort of like, I guess adventuring party, but not fantasy, but going through space in with your motley crew and stuff. You know, I think I really want to try that out at some point. Oh, I know this music. I just don't think there's not been a system that we've all liked that has been able to do that, sadly. Wait, what was that? Why did I get a shift extra thing? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We've won. We took in a lot of damage, though. I haven't heard of the Twilight 2K, but the Delta Green one is... The Delta Green one is sort of this thing that in my head where I'm like... because it's definitely the one I'd be the most interested in of the... of that sort of ilk. The sort of like Cthulhu-esque or SCP kind of thing. But, you know, it's like the best of a bad thing in my head. Although it's not... No, I guess bad's the wrong word. The best of something you don't particularly like. Because I don't particularly like the Cthulhu-esque, I say Cthulhu, Eldritch-esque games. And so it's like... Delta Green's probably the one I'd be the most interested in. But even then, I don't particularly have much interest in it, you know? Put you here. Put you here. We put you here. Well, I mean, SCP and sort of the Eldritch stuff in my head take up a very, very similar mantle. I don't see too much of a notable difference between them, if I'm being completely honest. Let's start this again. Let's start this turn again. So I could use this, kill off that person. Then we can put this on you and move you to the front. Why don't you have the armor this time around? I don't want to lose any of you, realistically. Is there a way where I don't lose anyone? This person's got a lot of health, so maybe there is. Hold on a second. I do think that I've made a mistake immediately. I do think the first thing we do is we do the AoE. That's definitely the first thing we do. Second thing we do is we do this. That's 100% in my opinion. Then if we move this guy to the front, he dies as well. I don't think there's anything we can do to keep... We have to sacrifice somebody. Boo! I know what you're doing. Boo! Is the logic to maybe put buffs on this character instead, then? Try and kill off this. But this thing's not doing the damage. It's these things in the back. So I don't think there's feasibly anything we can do in that aspect. We have to sacrifice something. I do think it is this boy if it has to be anybody. So we do this, give everybody a buff, do this. Oh, he survives it! Oh, yes! Okay, right. This is a lot better now. Okay, we move you to the front. We do this. We get rid of that thing. We put down a truffle. We get ourselves a card. That's probably worth doing. Ooh, I don't like that sound. That sounds like pissing. God, there is a lot of damage coming out of these guys at the moment. Like, we do this. Do this. Put this here. Incant exists. Incant exists! Do I care that I'm losing 2 of these guys? I don't, but what I am losing is a shame. No, I made a mistake there. I made a mistake there. But I only saw it after the fact. Do we have an advance? We do have an advance, so we probably want to move you to the front. This is not the best situation to be in at the moment. $13, $17, $17. I still die if that hits there. We're going to be taking a fair amount of damage in this fight. Fair amount of damage. It could be worse. But it's not. It can't be worse by much. If I'm being completely honest. Oh, I really don't want to have to do this again. Ah, I have to do it again. That's fine. That's fine. We just pick ourselves up and we start again. But yeah, I'd love to do something sci-fi based. It's just I don't think it's I don't think it's feasible. I don't think there's interest, and I don't think there's a system. Which is a shame, but like I understand why. What do I do? This probably. Well, I've risen above that. I have risen above crying in public. I'll do it behind the scenes, obviously. You know, we probably want to actually have you at the front. Oh? The Nito Exorcists. Are they swell people? Is that the point? Let's see. Banished Underlegion. I've been going a lot into the Underlegion stuff. I think let's go with the Banished for now. God, you don't make a lot of money on these earlier ones, do you? Draw -1 card. Nah, I don't think I need to do that for the money. I find myself very rarely actually picking up the trials. I'm sure there is logic to them, but I just don't pick them up. Give me a push forward, please, game. Thank you kindly. Boom. Sadly, I can't put the Loam Cloak on, which means it will disappear. You know what, let's reset this. We probably want to start getting conscripts in. You know what? This might be better. No, it wouldn't. It would die immediately. There's no way to put this loam cloak on and... You know what we do? We do this. We put the loam cloak on you. We switch gears. Kind of here and there on the story alone, but the paneling is really good and I like the theme it's working towards. What it means to bear responsibility and if there is a right or wrong response to having great responsibility put on your back. Yeah, Exorcist is having a bit of a resurgence at the moment. People are going back on the whole Exorcist being the big thing. It always goes through different iterations, the whole... Yeah, I can see that. You know what my least favorite thing in manga at the moment is? And I'm a big fan of generic isekais. I'm just putting it out there. I'm a big fan of them. What I don't like, and what it is getting on my nerves a bit, is how often they go for the exact same thing, which is I dislike people stealing powers and or copying their powers. I dislike this as a concept. It's just boring to me. It's like, how do we make somebody powerful? I'll just make it so they can have all the powers. And I'm just like, well, I don't mind it. I didn't mind it as a concept at the start, but like, now it just feels like as soon as you have that copy ability, you're already overpowered. There doesn't need to be any sort of like progression on like your abilities. It's just boring. Oh, it is surprisingly common. Surprisingly common. And it just is annoying. Because I'm just sitting here going like, look, I like it when their abilities isn't that they have everything. It's that they have one thing and they're really good at it. That's my bread and butter. I love that kind of stuff. Where it's like, oh, I have like, I don't have access to all the elements. I'm really good at like fire. I'm like, that's cool. I like this. But when it's just like, oh, I have access to everything and I'm the best. I'm just like, what's the point? What's the point? Specialize. Make it cool. Make them specialize. I want to do so good at earth magic that he can literally just sense these surroundings and always has like a sonar on him. That's cool, in my opinion. That's why I kind of wish there was such a thing in D&D, like the ability to be like, what's your specialty? And my specialty is literally just this kind of magic. You can kind of do it with a sorcerer. But I love it just being like, yeah, what's my specialty? I'm just good at fire magic. What else? I'm just really, really good at fire magic. Yeah, I know, you're really you really like the struggle. I don't mind the struggle as a concept. for example, I'm reading something at the moment where somebody's been sent into a video game he was good at, and it's really interesting because his like the side characters, obviously he doesn't die often, right? But the side characters that are with him, they die like insanely a lot. Like it's surprising how often they die. And there's characters that I'm convinced were like safe, that were like part of the main party. Because you expect all of the characters that are like sidekicks to die. But like some main party characters that I've seen have just died, and I'm like, Jesus. And I don't look, other than that, it's quite generic in what it does, but I like the fact that people die. I like the fact that I can have a character I really like, and I just know that at some point they might just disappear. And they're never coming back. Well, it implied if he completes the game they come back, but that's not until the end of the actual story. I like people dying in manga. I like the fact that there is yeah, but there's a difference. I'm like 90% sure that like I know a lot of the things that you read has a lot of dying in it. But I don't know, it's a good blend with I feel like with what I've got at the moment where they die a lot, but like also the main characters around, so the story is like interesting to me. I don't know. Onanori Master Kurosawa. Never heard of this. It sounds interesting. Let's get this out of my deck. Yeah, you know what? I started reading a romance manga at the moment, and it's, well, I don't even know if you can consider it a romance manga. It's just about a guy who works at a black company kind of thing. And just like he goes to this one convenience store to see this clerk like a lot, just because she's really nice to him and gives him like motivation. And then one time he goes there and like he doesn't know this because he's an absolute idiot. He actually meets her like round the back having a smoke, and it just becomes a regular thing that they would meet up there behind like and have a smoke. But he doesn't know that she's the lady, the clerk lady. She just assumes it's a different person. That like because she looks completely different with when she doesn't have her work clothes on, and she acts different when she's not on the till, and it's just this like really nice sort of like wholesome thing that I think is planning on becoming a romance thing, but it's a bit weird because there's at least there's like a 20-year gap between them, and so it doesn't feel there's probably a lot of things that are similar to it, in fairness. I don't even remember its name. I think it's literally like having a cigarette with a clerk lady or something. I'd have to double check. Let me check. Accidentally have hit an ad. Cool. Smoking behind the supermarket with you. That's literally its name. Yeah, well, obviously, because you've suffered through horrendous ones. I think it's it's literally just called that. But yeah, I've just been reading through it. It's got like 50 chapters. They're all decently small. Yeah, I know. I remember you mentioning this. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff's not great. Like I'm convinced that when they had read that, yeah, I'm convinced that when it started, that wasn't supposed to be a thing. And then later on, for one reason or another, a sneaking suspicion of mine is that he probably got a fetish or something. They just decided to switch it. I mean, there's no reason to not do this. Never mind, there is a reason. So this is what you do. Yes, genius. I know. Like, it's interesting. I've just been having fun reading that, because it's just literally a chill thing. Why do you keep reading these? That's got an anime called Witch Watch. I vaguely remember that. Like, I feel like that's vaguely familiar to me. Well, I'm glad they're addressing it. Because Jesus, it has to be addressed. 10-8. They're just gonna have to get through. You know what's weird is I have been seeing a surprisingly high amount of this specific kind of like concept in like mangas recently. The idea of like a very old guy getting with a having like a load of women that he's getting with, but they're definitely not his age. Like, it's a weird concept. And one of them falls in love with the other, but they basically end up getting cursed and end up as a child. That's because he's a racist. I see. Boop, move you to the front. Oh, it's a shame you've gotten some corruption on you. Like, there's one, I think it just got, there's one that I believe just got a, anime made of it. Well, I say just, it might have been, like, last year or something. Where I think it's called, like, Countryside Swordsman, Countryside Instructor comes to the big, like, Countryside Instructor something. I remember it because I was watching a swords person talk about how it actually is surprisingly accurate in terms of how he fights. Yeah. Old Country Bumpkin. That might not be it, because it's the one where he's trained a lot of the, like, strong people there. Yeah, you saw that as well. But like in that show, they're definitely in love with him. And I'm not really sure how to feel about that. Like, many of them seem to show feelings for him. But on the same hand, I don't remember, and I could be completely wrong, because it's entirely possible it does do this. I don't think he ever, like, goes, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get with them. But it is a bit of weird. Yeah, exactly. As long as he's like, look, I understand that you like me, but this is not the right thing to be doing, kind of thing. Otherwise, it's weirdly fetishy wish fulfillment. Exactly. Because that's what all the other stuff has been. Exactly. He raised one of them when he was from like pretty young. I don't remember which one that is, if I'm being completely honest. I know there's the one that uses a great sword. Oh right, the adventuring one, the like platinum adventurer or something. Because there's the royal captain lady, there is the magic knight lady, and then there's the one that's also a royal knight but uses like a large sword. I did read a fair amount of it back in the day. I think it's I think the logic is that he's focused so heavily on it that like it's insane or something. But no, I know what you mean. It's like it doesn't feel like he should be that good, but he is. I think one of the logics is literally that it's, at least this is what the guy said in the video. It's seemingly like they're trying to make fun of how over the top everybody's abilities are. Like it might just be that he's not actually that good, but everyone does all these flips and stuff when they're doing attacks that he is incredible in comparison. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. I mean, there's some things that he's able to do that, like hint at him being a lot better than what they say. Like, I think he fights a magician lady and is just, like, able to sense and potentially cut through, like, magic spells and stuff with his sword. Just by finding, like, I don't remember the logic behind it, but I think there were situations like that. It is ridiculous that they don't understand basic swordsmanship, but I think that literally might be the point. I think it's like a world where basic swordsmanship is just not well known because everyone just does fancy flippy things. Well, I don't think it is if everyone in the world can't do it. If everyone in the world doesn't understand the absolute basics in footwork, then maybe it's okay. It is still weird though. It doesn't make any sense. No, but like I think the point is it's a nonsensical world that they're trying to use to show off how good somebody with footwork is. Like, I don't really, a lot of the time, try and bring in sense to fantastical worlds a lot of the time. Just because a lot of the time, stuff is just weird. Yeah. Balatro. They have a couple of things like that, where they have other, what are they called? Roguelikes. Well, you say that, but if in that world, the logic is nobody figured out basic swordsmanship, that's the logic they're going with, then that's it. That's the world. You know? It can make sense for them, but like not make sense for you logically. I don't know. I think there's worlds where you've got to suspend disbelief a bit. I think there's a difference between it making sense and you know, having it so... Oh, which one do I choose? Like this. There's a difference between it making sense and... Yeah, but if you're in a world where, like, you can do, like, much better stuff than basic footwork with just, like, magic, you know, just with insane speed and magic, why would you ever learn it? Like, the thing, like, when I think of, like gag mangas like Mashal and One Punch Man, I look at that and go, well, how can anyone... There's so many absurd things with that. How is that remotely logical? And the answer is it's not logical. The whole point of it is it's supposed to not be logical. Why did I get a load of armor? I'm going to die to this boy, I think. Because he's going to do 5 damage to me. Then he's going to move up. He's going to do 5 damage to this. Do 160. Then do another 5. I think I survive on 2. I think I survive on exactly 2 health. But it's weird. I suspend my disbelief a hell of a lot. As long as it's not something insanely stupid that, like... Maybe it's less that I suspend my disbelief a lot more. It's just that I don't even come to these conclusions a lot of the time. But hey. Who knows? Who knows? Trample? Not really useful. I know you do. There's certain fiction that I like analyzing. There's certain times where I've been like, this is really interesting, I want to analyze this. But that's only for certain stuff. No. Also reset the counter. Where's the counter? Moves, give it valor. Yeah, sure. Look. Yeah, I understand. But it doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't catch my interest. Play sap, add curse. Oh, it's the same one. I was hoping it was different. We probably want you first, and then you. Ooh, I like this music. Maybe at some point. Maybe at some point. Yeah. That's actually, in my opinion, quite funny. Move to the front. You'll take the damage. Yeah, I understand. There are plenty of people you can talk it through. I mean, it's a very popular, you know, thing. If it's that big of a deal and you really want people to talk to, I'm sure there are many people that, like, I'm sure there's a Reddit that talks about it. I understand wanting to talk about it with friends. Yeah, I'm the same with One Piece. I'm the same with One Piece. Well, that's the thing. I don't think it's for. I don't think it would be. I don't think any of my friends would like it. That's the thing. God, I've lost this again. Abandon the run. We're restarting. We could try and restart the battle, but I don't think we win. But I'll try it. I know you think I like it, but it doesn't interest me. That's the basics of the basics. Like, I don't have the initial interest to get into it. That's the problem. What do I do here? If I put weakness on this, it still doesn't die. If I do this, let me reset this. I wish it was that easy. I wish it was that easy. Does this change anything? It does. It does change something. Right, so that's the answer then. That's what we gotta do. We hit them with this. Then we move you to the front. Oh, I just win if I do that. Okay. I hate those backlines that incant and buff people and heal inherently. It's such an annoying thing. Do this. Move this boy to the front. Move this boy to the front. Conscript him so you take less damage. Do this on you to give him melee weakness. Right. Is that the logic? Oh no, then there's people survive this. We don't want them surviving it. If it means I take less damage, I think we still go for... It's got 150 health. So if so 75 plus 62 times 2, 67 times 2 is, we assume it's 70, that's 140. So that's, these two are the ones killing it. These three are the ones killing it. If I do this, you die. Okay, well, we're not doing that, are we? If I do this... No, that's what I do. That's what I do. Well, it's gonna happen, sadly. It's gonna be bleeding for a while, I imagine. We want the buff. We want the buff here. Then we move this guy to the front, then we move this one to there. They still die! Huh. We move this to here. This is still more damage. Yeah, no. I remember you bringing that up, and I kind of agree. Another Incant guy! Oh, well, we can get rid of them. Everything just dies. Everything just dies. I never get a turn off where stuff doesn't die. In this situation, then, I guess the best thing to do is probably try and sacrifice this guy. But I can't get him to the front. Indeed. No, I don't think I can do this dimensional trial at the moment. I think we'll try a different one. We'll come back to it. There's no point in hitting your head against a wall constantly. All units gain multi-strike. All enemy units have spikes 1. Enemies units gain spikes when they move. Sure, I'll try it. Equipping a friendly unit under half health applies armor 10, otherwise it's rage. I like the first time I mixing again. This is the guy I haven't unlocked yet, technically. Multi-strike equipped apply plus 8 damage. Multi-strike apply ability devour. And you just gain their attack. No, I'll take the equipped one. I think I want to be starting on the 2nd floor with this guy. Like this. My logic is... Okay, everything's dead. Okay, I don't have a great logic. I started a conversation with the logic is, and then realized I had no logic. Oh. Will you die if I put you here? Yes, apparently you do it. Okay, one of them's dead. I don't think there's any point in putting you down there. I think there's a point to putting you there. God, I was playing some Expedition 33 yesterday. God, that game is really, really fun. I think it's one of those games where I know I'm missing stuff, you know? You know, I'm sitting there going like, this game's really, really fun, but there's so many things I feel like I'm missing that I'm gonna see talked about in like a couple years on a here's all the things you probably missed in it. Because I'm just going like, especially the first chapter, I just didn't explore enough. I just didn't explore enough. And I know for a fact that I didn't explore enough. And there's this relationship level thing with it that I have no idea if I'm missing points where I can up my relationship level with people, or whether like, or what it even really means. I'm just sort of guessing. Let's go fully into the Lazarus League. I like the Lazarus League. Armor, multi-strike, extinguish, more armor for people. Yeah, that seems decent. I think putting on you is the best shout. You're kind of the only person that matters in terms of this stuff. But yeah, there's so many things in it that are cool. According to an achievement I got, I've officially unlocked every character in the game. There's a part of me that feels like it's kind of a red herring kind of thing. And in actuality, there was another character that we had seen that we're potentially going to get back in the... without spoiling it, I think I've technically unlocked every character that you can unlock, but also maybe I haven't. Like, there's one that's not in my party at the moment that I think I'm going to get. God, speaking of games that I definitely want to talk with somebody about, Expedition 33 is definitely one of them. It's such a cool world. The characters are so cool as well. I can see why the lady who played Shadowheart was like, this is probably my best performance. Like, better than Shadowheart. Because as much as I really, really like Baldur's Gate, it's not like there's a huge amount of, like, complex story bits with it. There's a bit of complex story bits with it, but I don't think there's, like, a metric ton of it. Why is there a raid alarm in my blimmin' music that I'm listening to? What blimmin'... What indie game has that? I guess Amori, I'm guessing, because the other ones I know aren't set in blimmin', in that time period. But yeah, it's really, really fun, that game. And I've met a character in it that I absolutely adore. Because effectively what he is exactly what I would do in those situations. Nah, don't worry about it. I've just been raving about Expedition 33 and about how I can understand why the Shadowheart lady said that she did her best performance in it. I don't like that sound. Can I skip that? Thank you. Expedition 33, like, it is very, very, very good. The voice, there's characters in it that I'm just like, I love this character. There's a bit I'm sure you've seen because I saw this clip going around as well of one of these characters. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna do this thing." It's like, "I'm never working with you again," and then he's like, "I don't know her name." It's not trying. I'm not trying to be offensive. I just straight up don't know what her actual name is. Would it not be more offensive if I just said her name wrong? If I just called her, like, Jeremy? No, but she's great in this, and it's definitely a bit more of a... There's got more of a story to it. Because I also get that name wrong. And I don't want to be... every time I say it, I get it wrong. It's either male or Melee. I'm not 100% sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. They say it, I remember it, and then I immediately forget it again. You know, it's that kind of thing. Um... But yeah, it's either male, Melee, or, like, Mael, maybe? I really don't know. But yeah, it's been fun. It's weird. The difficulty in it is a bit weird. Where like, obviously I'm playing on easy because I'm a scrub. But I've been playing through it, and you know what, I'm gonna put you in the front. I don't want this person taking as much damage. Put it on you. But like, I've been playing through it, and you occasionally find these bosses that are just insanely powerful, just around, just in an area. And I'm assuming it's supposed to be that you can go backtrack to them, but it is a bit of a shock every time it happens, because you're just like, I was just dealing with a basic enemy, and now you've appeared. Especially on easy, where... Especially on easy, where, like, I'm... What's the word? Like, I'm instantly killing stuff. Normally. Yeah, the one that I have been able to kill, that I think was supposed to be a bit more of a deadly encounter, did give me, like, a new weapon. But, like, it wasn't that good of a weapon. In my opinion. Which was a bit weird. And the thing that gets you the most about this game is you always feel like you could win. You're always like, I feel like I could actually win this. Because the enemies you're dealing with, every single one of their attacks is obviously incredibly telegraphed. Sorry. It's incredibly telegraphed. The attack gains +10 permanently. Interesting. So, like, and you can, if you dodge, you take no damage. So you're in a situation where at any point you're just like, I could probably take this, right? I just have to dodge all these attacks that insta kill me if I get hit, you know? This is a weird combo of games that are in this. I'm just relaxing and then this blimmin' stuff comes up. But yeah, it's weird because it just makes you feel like, I could do this. I just need to get the right combo. Well, realistically, I don't think you can actually do it. At least I couldn't. Like, there's a dragon you can fight, one taps all your character, but you technically take it on, got a nice sword out. Oh, interesting. Wait, have you played? Have you played Meta 4? You played the demo to the end. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, that is definitely a game that conceptually sounds really cool to me, but I'm like, I can understand that. It's the part of it is literally just the fact that it is a Persona sort of game. So they've put the it's a Persona game tax on it, you know? But I can understand not wanting to pay all that money for it. Yeah, we'll do this. Well, if you're going to buy it now, is what I'm hearing. Let's put the alpha up here. I don't think I'll ever play that game because it's Persona-like. And that's not a dig at Persona. It's more that I'm like, I don't think I physically could play those games and do well. I've watched people play Persona before. Gotta keep this person alive. I hate that everything has blaming spikes. We'll maybe try... If I fail this mission, we'll try a different one, because I just don't like its concept. This sounds like Gravity Falls to me. Did you see, by the way, that they did like a... I don't know the specifics of it, but like they did a award ceremony for anime, and it was like Anime of the Year or something, and Solo Leveling got it. Which is a bit of a shame, but I understand why. People like Solo Leveling. It's just not my kettle of fish, as they say. I don't know if they actually say that. I'm pretty sure I'm getting that completely wrong, but still. Yeah, Solo Leveling got it, which is a... I don't see the logic to, but I understand that people like Solo Leveling. I'll take the Valor one, I guess. Everything's got multi-strike, so I'm getting 2 instances of the Valor. Pardon me. I could put you on there as well. You know what the weirdest thing about Solo Leveling is for me? It's not that it's not good or anything, because, like... It's whatever to me. It's not good, it's not bad in my books. I think the thing that gets to me, and the thing that annoys me the most, is that it's not that... I guess it is tangentially related to it not being good, but it's more that I read this kind of like stuff constantly. Like, it's my bread and butter. I don't think Solo Leveling is an exceptional version of it. Like, as somebody who reads a lot of that kind of stuff, like, Solo Leveling's okay. But when I read it initially, there wasn't a part of me that was like, this is an insanely good version of this genre. Give you this. Give you this. Yeah, I think it just got an award for, like, Anime of the Year. And I don't know if you were here for when I said that. But, like, the thing that gets me about it is, like, obviously, you don't particularly like that sort of genre. But as somebody who does like that genre, I don't think of it as a good version of that genre. That's the thing that gets me. Like, it's not even a good version of the sort of power fantasy regression kind of thing. Why are they attacking first? Like, I'm of the opinion that it's like, it's fine, but like that's the thing. In my opinion, it was just fine. Like that was it. Nothing it did was like remotely like interesting in a unique way. It was just fine. And it annoys me because it's in a world where freerun, like, is a thing. I don't know. In my opinion, freerun was incredible. Oh, I don't know if I've talked about this with you, but I don't know if you saw. There was a group of people. Yeah, I'll do that. There was a group of people who are trying to argue that the demons in Freerun aren't inherently evil. Even though the whole point of the show is that they are inherently evil. I'll take another one of those. It's a very interesting thing to see. What's this? Progress pacemaker? Yeah, I'll get rid of that. When you upgrade to get a diamond shield. Oh, that starter one's so good. I need to read up on Freerun. I need to catch up on all the chapters I've missed. I can't really put you anywhere. We'll do this. I'll put you here. Oh, I guess they are technically equipped with the thing that they start with. Oh, that is notable. Okay, we hit you. Put these on you to keep you alive. Put these at the back so that we have a second line of defense. Put damage shields on both of you. Put this down here. Okay, the first line of defense is gone. Ah, that's fine. Yes, I love this boy. You know what's interesting is there's somebody I watched that does D&D, that does the D&D sort of like games online. And I really like his stuff. But recently he's decided to do his sort of own version of it. Own version of D&D, like his attempt at like his own edition of it, where he takes bits from like 2014, 2024, a bit of Pathfinder, and makes his own version of it that he like that will be specific to him. And in concept, I quite like that. I think the thing that's getting to me is not necessarily. There's a lot of things in it that I don't particularly like. And I don't know. I'm very much just. I'm a bit weird because like I don't like change. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't like change, and it's probably going to be change, you know? But it's putting me off trying out his new stuff. No, don't worry about it. I'm just sort of venting about the fact that somebody that I watched who does D&D. Yeah. It's Brett's stuff. I'm not 100% sure about his new version of it. Because occasionally I feel like he takes it a bit too far. Like, I like a lot of his stuff, but I feel like occasionally he like... Take like the hardcore series I'm watching at the moment. Well, that's the thing, you can't really say that when you're making a career out of it, right? Like there's a part of me that's like, I understand where you're coming from. Like at that point, if you're making your own unique version of it, like why are you continuing with it? Exactly. Exactly. And also there's a part where it's like, what if he's taking bits from everything he likes and making his own custom version of it that uses D&D as the base? Then he kind of is going out and making his own thing, right? There's sort of a logic to that. But I don't know. It puts me off because occasionally I feel like he takes it too far. Like there's so many things he'll add where I'm just sort of like, this is cool, but it's sort of taking it a bit too far in the kind of things. Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, a lot of people on like Twitter and stuff, they don't call. A lot of the time, they call like anything Pathfinder related. They'll put the hashtag D&D in there. Because like it's just for the as you said, it's for marketing purposes, right? But like the thing is with me is like some of my favorite things he's done have just been him going like, here's a couple of small changes to the rules, but overall it's exactly the same kind of thing. It's just a base sort of D&D thing. Like the hardcore series, the whole point was like, one, I'm not gonna hold back on encounters. And two, there's going to be an injury table when you get knocked down. And, like, that's kind of it. Like, that's the level in which it went to in the first one. And then the second one, it was like, I've expanded a bit on the injury tables. I've, I'll put it on you. I've expanded a bit on the injury tables, and that's sort of it. And also, oh, and another important thing that was on the previous one was that you could only use stuff that was out when Curse of Strahd was out, because they were playing Curse of Strahd. And then the second one was just effectively the same, except he expanded the injury rolls a bit. And then the third one he's done, it's like, hell, you don't have classes. Like, you don't start with classes. You get relics that give you your class features. And it's just at that point I'm like, is it getting too much there? Is that taking it too far? I guess it is, yeah. I guess it is what Yannick did. Yeah. Nobody's gonna understand that. That's an us exclusive thing. I'm saying that as if there's actually a significant amount of people actually watching, but yeah, it's the sort of stripped back kind of versions that he does that, like, they're the things that actually interest me. Whereas when he takes it too far, I'm just sort of like, is this fun anymore? Yeah. I know about the Spliminseer religion. Look, all I'm saying is, people harp on about that, but, like, I was just taking from Greek myth. In my head, I was just like, this only makes sense in the Greek sort of myth. All of that stuff makes sense. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that gods did that in that world. I'm just saying that that's what gods did. God, some of the chords in this, I'm just like, James Bond? Is this James Bond? But it's not. Oh, freaking corruption. They're trying to just kill all my boys. My boys. You're probably gonna die anyway. We'll put you on the bottom floor. I hardly know them. Let's put you on here. You'll be you on there. We'll play the big boy. We'll play the slightly less big boy. You guys are doing okay. We'll put some on here on you. Actually, with how unstable works, does that mean that? No, it doesn't. Oh, okay. Oh no, it did. It killed all of them. That's cool. Put one of you here. Wait, you can explode? I think that means you're gonna explode. I'm still having fun watching the hardcore series that he does. I do feel like it's notably... I don't want to be mean, but I feel like it's notably less fun. Also, it doesn't help that... Look, the hardcore series... I'm not going to say they're supposed to die in it, like, a load of times, but you kind of expect them to die in it. No, he doesn't even know who I am. But, like, I know it's not technically supposed to have every... Like, it's hardcore, so you expect people to die. But they're not always supposed to die. But, like, I kind of wish more of them died. None of them have died in this series yet. Like, come on. Let them die. Look, the whole point of the thing is that they die. I don't think it's a cretin to want them to die in a series where literally the whole point is that they die. Right? I think I'm good anyway. Like with Crimson like the beast you are. Jesus! Harsh? But true. Really? 3 more waves of this? Oh, it's not good to be losing my guy that early. There's no way they can kill through that. They killed through that. Wait, how many turns does it take? 2 turns. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that's fine. Let's lower how much damage we take. Now that's taking it too far. No, I'm kidding. I don't really care. Well, I feel like I'm dead. But maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, even with 2 damage shields, I'm dead. That's worrying. Yeah, I'd love to now just win. But I think that's me done. Yeah, that's me done. Okay, we've officially done none of these dimensional challenge portal things that we've decided to do. Which I find kind of funny. But you know what? We continue on. Because why not? Try every one of them at least once before disappearing. Before leaving. Yeah, we'll take the armor multi-strike boy. Put him in the front, put him in the back. Bada bing, bada boom. All enemies start with damage shields, eh? 2 damage shields? Well, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. You know what? Let's restart the battle. Try this again. But this time, let's be smart about this. And by be smart, I mean I don't think we're gonna be smart at all. We're gonna do badly, but still. What do I know this from? I vaguely recognize this. We have no chance. I don't know what I'm doing here. There's no chance we're winning this. We're abandoning this. There's no chance we can win that. I could resume this run, but I don't see the point in it. Do we want to try the daily challenge? In additional upgrade slot, half money owned. Collectors no longer a treat and have increased stats. These two? Nah, I'm good. Okay. See ya. Bye. Bye. I'm probably gonna call it here anyway. Yeah, you take care too. Thanks for having a conversation with me, mate. It's always fun. Right. I'm gonna come off. See you all guys tomorrow for probably some Guild Wars 2, if we're being honest.